Here's another writing from Sri Ramakrishna out of the Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna. And he's writing about yoga, actually, the practice of Patanjali's yoga. But then at the end, he says something very interesting. And what caught my eye here, what makes it interesting to me, is that he says no matter what yoga you're practicing or no matter what path you're following, this one thing is very important, that you actually can't reach the goal without this one thing. So I thought that made it worth sharing with you. He says the upshot of the whole thing is that no matter what path you follow, yoga is impossible unless the mind becomes quiet. The mind of a yogi is under his control. He is not under the control of mind. When the mind is quiet, the prana stops functioning, then one gets kumbhaka. One may have the same kumbhaka through bhakti yoga as well. The prana stops functioning through the love of God too. And so this kumbhaka is just a state of breath retention, as it were, where the prana completely stops in the body. There's no movement, no need for that breath intake or exhalation. So obviously it's quite an advanced state for the yogi. But I was more interested in this notion of having to control the mind. That no matter what path you're on, that would mean all of them to me, and Ramakrishna in particular, when he would talk about all paths, he would mean all paths because he practiced Islam, he practiced Christianity, he practiced different forms of Hinduism and the Vedanta. So he's saying that no matter what path you're on, that not being subject to your mind is necessary. You have to come to understand your separateness from it and gain some mastery over your own mind. That means not being subject to its moods, not being subject to its whims, not being, just in general, not being driven by imaginary thinking, but to be absolutely present, to be absolutely here and now, fully aware. And in a quiet mind, that true nature of yours shines through. You'll finally be that greatest lover in the world.